I'm speaking to you today from right down the south of the island. I'm in Fort Island, or Langness. It's the middle of June and it's roasting down here. It's probably the best place if you want to see the Isle of Man in all its glory right now. I'm looking out to sea and there's a seal just chilling on a rock, taking in the sun, some birds flying around, and the ocean is crystal clear. So why am I here, you might be asking? Well, I'm here to speak to the Manx Wildlife Trust about a couple new species they found recently, and also hear all about the Irish Sea Network, which has representatives from all 6 nations in and around the Irish Sea. And right now, they're here, meeting on the Isle of Man. Well, where better to do it?
Lara Howe, I'm the Marine Officer with the Manx Wildlife Trust.
So we're down in Fort Island today and we're here for a few reasons, but first of all, we've had this kind of exciting new discovery on the island. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, one of our sea search snorkelers is a lady called Sue Harvey. They've found 2 new isopod species new to the Isle of Man, and they were found in Castletown on some seaweeds at the beginning of the year. Sue's very keen, along with many of our other volunteers, and she's been doing quite a few sort of invertebrate type workshops and things like that. So she's already got her eye in, and what she did was she found some seaweed and just had a look through it and rinsed it through in a bucket of water to see what would sort of effectively fall off, and that's how she managed to find the isopods. So the first time they've been recorded, so it's very exciting. It's great to get out there and collect biological data so we know what's going on in our environment, and in this case in our marine environment. It's really, really important. And because we've got more volunteers going out, like our Sea Search group and other keen volunteers, there's an invertebrate group on the island as well who are going out, we're finding new records all the time, and it's through this amazing effort of our keen volunteers that this is happening.
Hi, I'm Georgia Dion-Klinder. I'm the Head of Marine across the North West Wildlife Trust, so that covers Cumbria, Lancashire and Cheshire over in England. The Irish Sea Network is a group of conservation organisations that have come together around the Irish Sea to improve our collective impact for nature. We're absolutely thrilled to be here on the Isle of Man, the sort of centre point in the Irish Sea, and we've all come together to discuss various issues that we're trying to kind of have an impact on working for. So marine spatial planning is one of the key focus of our discussions, and also kind of more community engagement and what we can do together as a network to really kind of give nature a voice. We've got sort of 5 years of funding, so we are sort of halfway through, and we've got funding until 2025. It's the first time that we've come together on the Isle of Man. We met once before in person, previously in Wales last September, but yeah, really excited to be here. And these sort of face-to-face meetings have been really, really valuable. We get so much done, both sort of in the intense workshop style setting that we have going, and also those kind of extra conversations and the amazing site visits that we get to really see conservation on the ground as well.
Lee Morris, CEO, Manx Wildlife Trust. So we're hosting, the Isle of Man is hosting the annual meeting of the Irish Sea Network. So last year we were in Bangor, in North Wales. This year we're in the Isle of Man, which we're delighted about, because for us, the territory of the Isle of Man, nearly 88% of it is sea. So it's a huge important issue for Manx Wildlife Trust and the island. I think there's a whole, this for me is a real probably example of how wildlife trusts, and this group isn't entirely wildlife trust, but the very bulk of the wildlife trusts that come from, you know, the 3 wildlife trusts that border the Irish Sea in England, Scottish, North Wales, Ulster, us, and then representation from Southern Ireland. So we're all working together, and I think that's really important, that there's no political boundaries, that we want to stop us working for the best way for conservation and sustainable working in and around the Irish Sea. So it's really crucial for us that we bring these people together. Typically people that work in marine environment, marine conservation, nice people, nice conversations, a lot of shared values, and I think what we're finding is that a lot of what we're doing, there's a huge overlap, but there's also, we're going, oh, I didn't know, maybe we could do that, or maybe we could do that, and that's interesting. So there's light bulb moments, sharing knowledge, sharing skills, and we're really excited about some of the things that we've been doing in the 3-day workshop this week, about things we might do next as an Irish Sea Network.
Is there anything you can let us in on, or is it all wait and see?
Oh, I don't want to do spoilers, but I'll give you a flavour. I think, you know, George has already mentioned that, you know, around public engagement and comms, there's one Irish Sea. and for the Six Nations in and around the Irish Sea, there's one Irish Sea, and I think there's a comms piece. We think there's a real opportunity to have a comms piece about, things that we can do to make the Irish Sea, or to preserve the greatness things about the Irish Sea, but also to make it better in some way. So we want to conserve and restore, and work with other people in and around. So whether that's marine spatial planning, whether it's specific birds or animal species or habitats, there's huge opportunities for synergies, and it's very exciting.
So my name's Rebecca, I'm the Marine Policy Officer at Scottish Wildlife Trust, so over here this week for the Irish Sea Network in-person meeting, so the first time I've attended, it's just really great to obviously meet up with some of the other wildlife trusts, talk about obviously the Irish Sea, and just collaborative working is just fantastic. So being able to hear what some of the other trusts are doing, how we can work together, what we can do to sort of communicate how amazing the Irish Sea is.
And I take a lot of similarities and differences even within, different territories.
Yeah, definitely. So when we're talking about, sort of engaging people about the Irish Sea, what we can do in terms of sort of next year, thinking about, communicating how amazing it is. There's different things that we each have in our individual trusts that we can kind of link up with. And I suppose it's just recognising, while there's certain differences, sometimes that can be quite good because then you can link up and be doing something slightly different and collab in different ways. So it's been really, really, really great and really beneficial.
So hi, I'm Danielle Clifford and I work as Marine Conservation Officer in the Wildlife Trust Central team. And I've had a fantastic week here on the Isle of Man. It has been absolutely brilliant, bringing everyone together, having that amazing, inspiring talks about what we can do, really facilitating that local action to facilitate change, and have that collective impact, which is really what the Wildlife Trusts are about. Is about tackling nature and climate crisis and really making a difference, both for people and for nature. So it's been an absolutely brilliant week here on the Isle of Man. I've enjoyed every single minute of it. Yeah, I think in the Wildlife Trust we have this amazing collaborative nature. So there's 46 wildlife trusts across the UK, Alderney and the Isle of Man. And we really try and bring everyone together and see that we have that strength in being this federated structure where everyone is working together towards the same goal. So it's really in our nature as a charity and is one of our core values.
I'm Nia Jones, I'm the Living Seas Manager at North Wales Wildlife Trust. It's been a fantastic week. It's been great to meet everybody in person and to have these conversations. It's the first time I've been to Isle of Man, so it's just incredible to see this place and also just to see, in person what these guys have been talking about in meetings and things like that. And there's really inspiration projects going on in this area, and it's just really great to be hearing from it. And I'm hoping to go home now, and I've got lots of food for thought, and I can sort of take some of these things and run with them at home, hopefully. And there's been a great week for sharing good practice and that kind of stuff. That's right, having this time together, in meetings, but also like this, out and about and seeing the sites and having a chat and being inspired together. Hopefully from now on we'll be working together to bring projects across the Irish Sea, and it just shows how we can work together and be as one in the Irish Sea.
And you've enjoyed your week on the Isle of Man?
Oh, I've thoroughly enjoyed my week on the Isle of Man, and I will be coming back.
Brilliant.
Thank you for making it to the end of the Little Manx Radio newscast. You are obviously someone with exquisite taste. May I politely suggest you might want to subscribe to this and a wide range of Manx Radio podcasts at your favourite podcast provider, so our best bits will magically appear on your smartphone. Thank you.